proved that it probably wasn't Kaylee, and that was a big piece of hope because the wind went out of their sails after that.
Who proved that?
I guess Jose did. I don't know that.
Jose did?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Showed that, that's because he said she's real. He even told us, what was her name? Was Wanda, I think. He even told us that she has a good story, but it's not. It's not Kaylee. And then I guess she came in the office with her son, a teenage son. I didn't know until later who it was.
What did Casey say about Jose? I mean, how did Jose come to be her
She
attorney?
didn't say how he came to be her attorney, but the one point when she loved Jose, she thought he was a great defense attorney. When they're walking out, the very first time she gets out of jail, under the umbrella, and we said something in his ear, and he says, "Oh, well, she wanted to hold her head up high because this is." She's innocent. What she actually said, because she said, listen what Jose said, it's so great. He said that I wanted to hold my head up high. I go, well, what'd you say? I said, get me the fuck out of here. So she loved the thrill of listen how what a great attorney Jose is because he's making me look so good in front of him.
So she said, get me the fuck out of here.
And if you watch, there's not enough time for her to say, I'm going to hold my head up high, I'm innocent, and whatever he said, she said.
Well, you said initially she thought he was a good defense attorney. Did she say something contrary to that?
No. She always had good things to say. Jose's he'll do a good job. She just, like hero status. She liked him.
How's Jose getting paid?
I don't know.
Is Casey paying him?
No, she doesn't have any money.
Okay.
He probably, look at the type of case it is. It's publicity, too. I think he took it and saw that it's a huge case. So, that's getting his name out there. That'd be stupid not to take it.
Did Casey know him prior to?
Not that I know of. She didn't. That was never mentioned.
Did she call him after?
Oh, God, hold on. No, okay, I was going to say something, but I think I read it somewhere. I don't know how she...
Okay. Did Casey say anything about who the father of Kaylee is?
Yeah, she said at one time, or I don't know if it's something I brought up, and I said, so this is, I know, she said, this is my little Italian, the picture of her. I said, Casey, I said, she's Italian. She goes, yeah. I said, I thought her dad was Ortiz or something like that. And she said, does she look Mexican to you? I said, no, I don't say anything because I'd read it was this guy that got in a wreck. And then she said he was an Italian, and so a couple days later, and I didn't ask who the dad was, a couple days later, I said, well, what's your nationality? Oh, we're Romanian and Irish. I just wanted to see if maybe she's doing the Italian part. So I didn't push because I already know there's a lot of stories out there. I don't think she knows who the dad is.
She never actually told you anybody?
She just told me that what's his name wasn't.
What's his name?
Jesus Ortiz, or the kid that got in a car wreck on the May, supposedly going to Kaylee's birthday party in May.
Okay.
Just another.
Okay. Yeah.
You said that Lee didn't talk to you, but did Casey talk to you about her relationship with Lee or with George and Cindy and lay out any kind of understanding of how their relationships have evolved and how they've gotten to where they were, now?
The only thing she said is it's too bad all this had to happen because I was just getting close to my father again. Because they'd gone through a bad time. I don't know what. Cindy, she acted like it always been fine. And Lee is just that's her big brother.
You remember like some of the phone calls that they put out initially where Casey was really kind of defensive, but she was still in jail. Have you heard those where she's getting after her mom about not sticking up for her in the media, and Lee's kind of giving her, all these a barrage of questions to get information. She kind of got after him on the phone in a couple of those conversations, and I didn't know if maybe she had given any insight into those relationships with you.
She's just that was her brother. He's protective, and she really didn't go in. She just went into. She talked for hours about nothing most of the time.
Were you there the night that I was there and I asked the Anthony family to take a polygraph?
Was that you?
Yeah. Yeah.
Did you go in Kaylee's room and look at the bed?
No, I was standing outside.
Oh, you were outside, yeah.
It was the night
okay.
when
Someone
I
else
think
was in there questioning her.
A DCF,
okay, yeah.
Department of Children and Family investigator was there
Mm-hmm.
that night.
Mm-hmm.
So I take it you were there that night.
Yes, I was.
Did the family say anything about me asking them to take a polygraph?
Cindy said that they were all going to take polygraphs. Casey said that she'd take one anytime, any day. To me, she said that twice. I'll take one. I'll take one. I'll do it through Jose.
Through Jose.
But, yeah. But she did. I can remember sitting listening because I'm wondering who the DCF guy came in. I mean, he started questioning her just like on the interviews. You know, what happened? Oh, I went to the Sawgrass Apartments. I did this. Okay. I mean, it was thorough questioning. I'm thinking, okay, I didn't know what's going on here. And then I remember Cindy coming in and saying, okay, yeah, well, I'll do it. And Casey said, okay, well, then they were all going to take a test. And then that's, because I remember, I think I've talked to Rob a little bit about this. He's going, well, no, Lee wasn't. I said, no, I remember sitting on the bed thinking, because in my mind, maybe because Lee was rude to me, I'm thinking, well, he knows something. I always thought Lee knew, or maybe she told him, but not for any reason. I mean, just my own little theory. And I remember thinking that was so weird. It's like, oh, okay, well, Lee's going to do it too? Then that, and I thought, okay, Lee, George, Cindy, and Casey. I thought, oh, that's cool.
But eventually
none of them will.
Eventually they decided not to take a polygraph?
Yeah, I guess, yeah. The last I knew was they were all going to take one. I never knew what came of that. Like, no problem we were going to take it.
You had said that she would sit in Jose's office and look for clues.
Yeah, she's on a computer.
Was at any point during your time with her, did she ever talk about any clues that she developed or any information that she developed that either we weren't following up on or that nobody would take? There was nothing she found that...
No. She never found clues, but she did change her story when I told her to talk to Rob about not the apartments now, it's J. Blanchard Park. And that's, she took her there, and I can't remember the time, right around 2 o'clock. And, she's playing with Samantha's kids, and they're just playing. I'm talking to Zenaida, and all of a sudden I see them getting in the car. I'm going, what the hell? What's going on? What's going on? And Zenaida pushed me down and said, here, if you follow this, follow this script, and stupid.
So she talked to you about that?
I was in the car.
You were in the car?
She told Rob, yeah. I was always in the van.
So that's the first time you heard about Zenaida?
No. I mean, not from her, yeah. It's the first. Well, I knew the case, coming into it, but it's the
first time Casey mentioned Zenaida was when they were J.
When she
Blanchard.
changed the first Zenaida came out of her mouth was that she. Oh no, okay. When Leonard questioned her too, but she was still back on the other story.
Did she ever try to reconcile the two stories? Somehow?
No, I don't know. She changed it because I don't know why she changed it. No, she never made an excuse of why she said the apartments, unless it was in the script that she had. That Zenaida told her to, run the cops around and.
Did Casey ever try to? Did Casey ever say that anyone was trying to set her up?
I don't know if she used the word set her up, but I think she used that with Jesse.
So she thought that somehow Jesse was responsible for this entire incident.
That Jesse maybe had Kaylee or had done something with her, but I've never heard her say that to anybody else. That's when it was when she said Jesse had the key to he even has the key to the car.
Well, if Zenaida had this whole script, I mean, what made her believe or think that somehow Jesse was involved? She never said?
She never said. We never found out what happened in the script either. Oh, but this is how it. There's another little conversation in the car when she's talking about when the discovery came out. And she said, oh, that's what she was doing too at the attorney's office, going through the discovery after that came out. That was what she said she'd do. But she said, I'm just going through it. The people they're talking to, there's so many discrepancies. They're lying. The cops are lying. And they just want to pin it on me and they want to do this. And I'm pointing to Rob because Rob's talking to her and pointing to him like, well, say something about what she did at the beginning. You'd say anything. I said, well, Casey, you kind of started it yourself by, I said, look what you did at Universal. Of course they're going to be pissed. I said, that made no sense.